Hello and welcome to Stop Let's Team Up My Legion Adventure, episode 44. It's a 3-issue episode because I didn't do my homework when I said I was doing 2. We've got a single issue, and then this is the first 2 issues. The second story is the second story is going to be the first 2-issue Legion story and adventure. I didn't think we got to that until I didn't remember, because I'm reading some ones I'm pretty sure I haven't read except once, maybe. So I'm very interested. I've moved into my source materials, moved to the Legion Archives number 4, and we're lucky. This one's got 2 Superboy issues in it, and now I'm looking forward to them, because when I was looking ahead, it's a Psycho Pirate and an Insect Queen story. So I don't think I've read the Psycho Pirate. I really don't. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's in the future, as is this comic book. So we are going to be covering the next 3 issues of Adventure. That is Adventure Comics 329, 330, and 331. So I'm looking forward to this. And I read them at lunch at work. So if any of my agents had come in to see what I was doing, and they would have found their boss reading comic books, very old comic books, and they would have been amused. So that's cool. So let's get started. There's a lot to go here. We're going to do 329, and then we're going to do 330 and 331 kind of quickly together, I think. So, hold on. I'm looking at my index. I have the correct one. Yes, I do. Again, I'm using the Illustrated Index of Legion of Super-Heroes from the 1980s from ICG. Cat Ironwood was the editor. The amazing Cat Ironwood did a lot of great stuff with Eclipse. I still haven't read Aztec 8. I'm taking a vacation in January. I'm going to just read it. I'm going to pull some big, long stories to read. Because next New Year's, I think I'm going to make some changes. We'll still have Legion Adventure and Daring Defenders, but they may be less often. Maybe once every 2 weeks, we'll rotate them. But I don't know. I'm just thinking of things to try to build an audience and to keep you guys interested. So change it up again. I think and give me your input what you like. Did you like the Sandman Mystery Theater, Justice Society? I am going to continue to do that with those books. I'm going to cover them week to week, or issue to issue. I may do it as an insert and then get other subjects to talk about. There's some comics I want to kind of dive into, and I think I'm going to do a couple things on some animated stuff. So give me a suggestion for animated I should watch, good or bad. I mean, if you want to recommend something terrible for me to watch, I will talk about it. So we'll go from there. But let's get on to the issue at hand. Adventure Comics 329, cover date February 1964. Cover Kurt Swan, George Klein, and Irish Shop. On the cover, it is the Bizarro Superboy in front of the Legion of Stupid Heroes headquarters. And he is telling Superboy, to join Bizzaro Legion, you must squeeze worthless diamond into valuable coal. And if you fail, imitation me destroy Element Lad and Saturn Girl. He's coming after my man, Element Lad. And Superboy's thinking, like everybody on this mad world, the Bizzaro Superboy thinks in reverse. If I squeeze the coal into diamonds, but squeezing diamonds, it produces only dust. Well, really? Okay. So I guess Superboy can crush a diamond. Well, the story is called The Bizzaro Legion. It's a 16-pager. Part 1, The Bizzaro Legion. Part 2, The Mad Bizzaro Legion. So it's a mad world probably had come out. I highly recommend that movie. More credits: editor, plotter, Mort Weisinger; plotter, scripter, Jerry Siegel; penciler, inker, Jim Mooney; letterer, David Huffline. Roll call: Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, Lightning Lad, Chameleon Boy, Triplicate Girl, Invisible Kid, Superboy, Ultra Boy, My Guy, Element Lad, and Light Lass, Brainiac 5, and Mon-El. The villain is Bizzaro Superboy and the Legion of Stupor Bizzaros. Bizzaro Lightning Lad, Bizzaro Invisible Kid, Bizzaro Chameleon Boy, Bizzaro Brainiac 5, Bizzaro Saturn Girl, Bizzaro Cosmic Boy, Bizzaro Ultra Boy, and Bizzaro Mon-El. And here is a synopsis from the lovely Legion Index. At a Legion meeting, Brainiac 5 demonstrates flight rings he has invented. First flight ring issue. which will allow the members to discard their cumbersome flying belts. I think they were quite fetching. The meeting is suddenly interrupted by Bizzaro Superboy, who has come to join the Legion. Hoping to rid themselves of him, the heroes vote him down, and he joyfully returns to his square Bizarro world. There, he uses his duplicator ray focused on a monitor of 5 Legionnaires to create unliving, imperfect duplicates of Brainiac 5, Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, Chameleon Boy, Invisible Kid, all of whom are who pass wacky initiation tests to become the Legion of Super Bizzaros. The superheroes in the rest of the galaxy soon become aware of the new group as the Bizzaro Legionnaires steal the radio from a stranded interstellar police craft, reconstruct a resort in the image of their Bizarro world. Meanwhile, Bizzaro Superboy creates Bizarro versions of Cosmic Boy, Mon-El, and Ultra Boy, and decides that their purpose should be to create emergencies, not solve them. After planting a bomb inside the planet at Raxum, which is dealt with by the Legion, and destroying a repaired space vessels, the Bizzaros return to their world to be confronted by the superheroes. So Bizzaro Superboy tells the Legion that he has a kryptonite ray weapon aimed towards Superboy and forces them to surrender. When the Boy of Steel arrives, he is ordered to squeeze diamonds into coal, the Bizzaro's most prized possession, or his comrades will die. Since super squeezing diamonds only creates diamond dust, this appears to be an impossible task. His second attempt is successful, however, and the ecstatic Bizzaros release the heroes and agree to disband their Legion. Back on Earth, Superboy explains that Lightning Lad had used his powers to change the carbon in the diamonds into charcoal, which Superboy squeezed. It relieved the heroes expressed their hope that the Bizzaro Legion never returns. I'm not the biggest. I thought I wasn't the biggest fan of Bizzaro stories. I thought I was. I really enjoyed this. It was really silly, and if I was a 10-year-old kid in 1964, I was a baby. But if I was, I'd enjoyed the hell out of this. This is a fun little silly little comic. It is Silver Age silliness, and I loved every moment of it. I'm really appreciating Jim Mooney art in a different light. I've always kind of had. I thought I didn't like it, and I was annoyed. I just found it not as exhilarating, but I like him when he inks himself. And because these are a little silly, I think he's up in the ante on the silly and the exaggeration and some of the faces and stuff, because it's a kid's comic. I think he's leaning into that, and I think it's a good thing. This is a really entertaining comic. The Bizzaro Legion is hysterical, and this Bizzaro Superboy has a Beatles haircut. It seems like, and I also like that my guy Element Lad saves the day because he's the amazing Element Lad. So let's get on to the next one, which is Adventure Comics 330. Hold on 1 second. I lost my place. Silly me. All right, this is Adventure Comics 330. Cover date March 1965. Cover Kurt Swan, Irish App. Edit is Invisible Girl, Superboy, Colossal Boy, and Brainiac. Doing weird things. It's odd. Superboy's big. Saturn Girl's got heat vision. Brainiac 5's turning into a space gorilla, and Colossal Boy is tiny and standing on a table. This story is called The Secret of the Mystery Legionnaire. The Victory, part 2 is The Victory of the Evil Legionnaire. It is a 16-pager. Editor, plotter, Mort Weisinger. Plotter, scripter, Jerry Siegel. Pencil, inker, Jim Mooney. Letterer, Dave Huffline. Roll call: Cosmic Boy, Lightning Lad, Colossal Boy, Saturn Girl, Triplicate Girl, Invisible Kid, Shrinking Violet, Superboy, Ultra Boy, Mon-El, Matter Eater Lad, Element Lad, Light Last, Phantom Girl, Brainiac 5, Chameleon Boy, Sun Boy, Star Boy. Introducing Dynamo-Boy, yet another member who joins and goes away. Quick synopsis here. The leader of the evil space pirate pack selects 2 youthful volunteers, Vorm and Parg, to vie for the honor of destroying the hated Legion of Superheroes. After Vorm kills Parg in a duel, he is instructed by the leader to infiltrate the Legion and destroy it from within. A week later, Vorm encounters Starboy and puts his plan into action by using his power belt to demonstrate his ability to transmit energy. Starboy is impressed enough to invite Vorm to apply for Legion membership, and at his trial he proves successful and is sworn in as the newest member. Immediately Vorm begins scheming to have the Legionnaires expelled. One by one, he is the only one left. His first victim, Colossal Boy, is expelled after Vorm makes him appear to be lying about a mission. Shortly afterwards, Mon-El is framed and expelled in a similar fashion. When the remaining Legionnaires rush to handle emergencies, leaving him behind, he causes them to speed recklessly through space, endangering other ships. Then the Science of Police arrest them. He appoints himself temporary leader and throws the entire group out of the Legion. Finally, the remaining Legionnaires, Brainiac 5, Saturn Girl, and Superboy, return from a mission and are made to switch their powers, supposedly through tampering with a device on display in the clubhouse. Dynamo then appoints himself permanent Legion leader and expels them, and then announces that he is the sole remaining Legion of Legionnaires to the people of Earth. He then flashes a call for new members, with whom he hopes to create a Legion of Super-Villans. And now let's go on to 331, and then I'll discuss them two together. Adventure Comics 331, April 1965, save cover artists. This is the Legion of Super-Villans, Cosmic King, Saturn Queen, and Lightning Lord. Same creators, Weisinger, Siegal, Mooney, Difflin. Roll call this time is just Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, Mon-El, Lightning Lad, Triplicate Girl, Invisible Kid, Shrinking Violet, Superboy, Element Lad. The Legion of Super Substitute Heroes appears: Polar Boy, Fire Lad, Night Girl, Chlorophyll Kid, Stone Boy. And again, the villain is Dynamo-Boy. And the synopsis: Dynamo-Boy interviews applicants who have answered his call for new Legionnaires. All prove unsuitable, and he orders them to leave. Then a crafter materializes, and its occupants, Cosmic King, Saturn Queen, and Lightning Lord, tell Dynamo-Boy that they are reformed members of the future-dwelling Legion of Super-Villans, seeking to join the Superhero Legion at a time when they are not known criminals. Dynamo-Boy's super belt reveals otherwise, as they are the kind member he wants. He accepts them into the group. When the three villains later go on patrol, the Legion of Substitute Heroes appears to battle them, but they are ordered away by Dynamo-Boy. Back at the clubhouse, Dynamo-Boy tells the three villains that he has known of their evil natures all along, and he proposes that they do good deeds during the daytime and secretly rob the universe at night. While the supervillains carry out Dynamo's scheme, he returns to the pirate planet and deposes his leader. Back on Earth, the supervillains tell Dynamo-Boy that they have destroyed the former Legionnaires in a trap and that Superboy is the only survivor. When Superboy suddenly appears, they help Vorm escape in their time machine. Too late, he discovers the villains have used Saturn Queen's super hypnotism to fool him and have rigged the time machine to strand him in the far future era when Earth is barren and abandoned. As the villains gloat over their victory, the real Superboy challenges them in a confrontation on a distant asteroid. They accept and arrive to face Superboy, Mon-El, Element Lad. The villains' powers prove ineffective against the former Legionnaires. When the asteroid threatens to explode, they surrender and are taken into custody. The supervillains are returned to their own time to stand trial, and the real Legionnaires regain their status. So this is the second time in a couple weeks where we've had someone join and be a scoundrel. This one was fun. I think I've read it once, and I wasn't sure. I think I had a little aversion of being a young comic reader or in my 20s and being kind of, full of myself, not appreciating the Jim Mooney art. I really appreciate it more this time. You get the origin of the Lightning family with all three of them, which is cool in this. I like the Legion of Super-Villans. I like it when they come back. But this one, it was okay. It was fun. It's a little long for what it needs to be. But I do think this is a better version of the guy joining and being a bad guy. It's a little more fleshed out. Again, I think Siegal and Mooney are really they're writing to their audience, and I think a kid in 1965 would have found this a lot of fun. I don't know if a kid today would. It is kind of basic, but it's got some great monsters. It's just a really good comic for kids, and it's not. I don't think it's going to ever be one of my favorites, But I did enjoy it. It's a lot of story for, I don't know, not a lot of payoff. Compared to some of the, see, because I'm used to the two-parters by Shooter later on, and they're so good. They're just classic. It's like one classic after another. And I'm looking forward to getting there. That said, the next one up is Superboy and the Super Moby Dick of Space. And the Civil War of the Legion. Two really famous covers and two really famous stories, and two stories I really, really like. But that's it for this week. It's a little long episode for not a lot of gab on it, but they're fun. Check them out, as always. There are multiple ways I'm reading it in the archives. It is definitely in one of the omnibuses. And they're a lot of fun. Again, I'm going to be doing some new stuff this weekend. I have an interview about Bronze Age Teen Titans with the amazing Ron from Fantastic Comic Fan, so I'll start editing that tomorrow to have it up on Saturday or Sunday, most likely Sunday. And tomorrow will be Defenders issue, and it's Giant Size Defenders 2. Son of Satan comes, so that's fun. So, folks, thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. Please shout out some names of some comics you want me to cover. And stuff like that, and let me know what you think of the different stuff I'm doing, and how how you like the Sandman Justice Society. The next one will be Sandman and Stargirl arc. So just let me know. And until then, just be smart, be safe, be kind, and read some comic books.